Hello and welcome to the very first Lincolnshire Police Authority Question Time, and we're going to talk about the policing of Lincolnshire, and here to do just that is the Chairman of Lincolnshire Police Authority, Mr. Barry Young.
Hello.
His Vice Chairman, Mr. John Cook.
Good afternoon.
And on my left hand side we have the Deputy Chief Constable, Mr. Neil Rhodes.
Hello.
And Chief Superintendent Russ Hardy.
Hello.
Now, Barry, the first question is a very obvious one, I'm afraid. Why do a question time?
Well, what are we all about? We have a strapline which says working with communities and partners to secure the best policing for all the people of Lincolnshire. Working with communities and partners involves talking to people. It's as simple as that.
So this is just another way of consultation, of engagement with the public?
Absolutely right.
So John, have you been involved in anything like this before? I know that you and indeed all members of the authority actually get around the county quite a bit.
Not as a question time, but we have previously been out to local forums and discussed issues with people. But I think we've found that we've not really managed to reach the wider community. I think what's important is that we do need to engage with those people that we wouldn't normally get to meet and to talk to, and I think this initiative is one way of achieving that. Right,
gentlemen, we must move on. We've got just a few minutes to do each of the questions because this is going to appear on YouTube, and to all our YouTube viewers, hello. Can we first of all ascertain exactly what is a police authority? A lot of these questions that I'm going to ask you came from visitors to the highly successful Police Open Day, and that has to be number one. People said, what is the police authority? Is there a short answer to that, a brief answer to that? Why do we need a police authority?
Well, I suppose, answer a question with a question. Who polices the police? Police authorities police the police. We are the governance body. We are the body that is there by statute to ensure an effective and efficient police service for the people of Lincolnshire. How do we do that? Well, we talk to the public. What do they want from the police? We produce a plan, a 3-year strategic plan, and indeed an annual plan of precisely what we're going to do in the coming period to try and meet the needs and desires of the people of Lincolnshire. We set the budget. We manage the budget. We produce an annual report, which is to tell people exactly how the police have done in the last year. We appoint the chief constable and the chief officers, and dare I say it, we even have the power to fire them.
Right. So the police authority is a powerful organisation. Let me bring in the representatives of the force here. So, as Deputy Chief Constable, how do you fit into this equation then? I mean, is it an equal partnership?
I suppose effectively we have the hands-on operational control of the Lincolnshire Police Force. We take the operational decisions and we deliver policing on a day-to-day basis. But holding us to account and scrutinising our activity, keeping an eye on the finances and keeping a very close eye on the performance of the force is the police authority. And it's really important that there's that independent scrutiny. And our police authority members also look really hard and meet frequently with our divisional command teams.
So is it, yes, divisional command. Russ, you actually are a divisional commander. How does the system work then? Do you sort of get your orders from the headquarters, and then in the same way, do you get the funds that the chairman was talking about? Does it all cascade down? How exactly does it work?
Well, we like to think we work as a team rather than just getting orders down to me on the coast or onto the eastern side of the county. But it's working as a team. And it's sitting down working out which budgets are delegated, which ones are going to be kept centrally, and it's then for me to deliver with the staff and resources I've got the best possible delivery for the people of East Lindsey and Boston Borough. But also as part of that, I have 5 nominated police authority members who then come and see me and meet with me on a regular basis to have updates on the most recent challenges and what's happening day to day on the division. So it's a real good positive working relationship. working with that as well are some of the county-wide scrutiny committees as well, which we're also held to account for. So it works both ways.
Right, so that's the nuts and bolts of policing in Lincolnshire. You have the finance, which is dealt with by the police authority. You can decide how much people have to pay, council taxpayers have to pay as a proportion of their council tax bill to support the policing of the county. But can I just say, one of the questions that we were asked is, why does an unelected organisation, such as the authority, get to decide how much council tax I pay?
Well, if I can answer that, because I am one of the technically unelected people, I'm an independent member. But we need to remember that there are 9 elected members on the authority that come from the county council. And that's important. So we cannot pass a preset budget or sign the budget off without the councillors agreeing. So there is that elected element towards it. So it's just not something that is done by what one would call a quango. It is a partially elected body, and it comes from your local county councillors.
Can we move on from there? Another one of the questions, a more specific question to the force here. One of the visitors to the police open day lives in Brant Road and says, I have never seen a police officer or PCSO patrol the area in Brant Road in Lincoln. Are they avoiding it? So what this comes back to, I suppose, Neil, is are you getting enough money via the police authority to put enough bobbies on the beat?
Okay. I mean, it's a shame that this was an anonymous question, because I'd love to meet the asker of the question, because what they should know is in the Brant Road area, they've got a really well-established neighbourhood policing team, and having done my homework before I came here today, I can tell you that there's a community beat manager, Julian Minton, and there's a PCSO, Matthew Flack, that cover that area, and they work very hard to meet the needs of the residents of Brant Road. There's some clearly identified local priorities, and they're looking at speeding down the Brant Road area and antisocial behaviour in the Larne Road area, and they work very hard to do that. And there are scheduled surgeries and meeting places where the community can go and have a cup of tea and a chat with those officers, even if they aren't meeting them out on patrol in their area, and they should be. But what would perhaps help a bit more too is if I could ask Russ to flesh out just how that type of neighbourhood policing team arrangement extends right across the county of Lincolnshire, because this is almost a fitted carpet approach. Every area has a team and has officers.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that this is not just peculiar to Brant Road. Other people in other parts of the county will also be saying, well, I rarely see somebody, I haven't seen anybody for ages. But it's a two-way thing, really. They are out there as much as possible. It is my job and my colleagues' jobs to make sure that PCSOs and police officers are out there. I mean, everywhere is covered 24/7, that's a given, but it's about increasing that visibility and increasing that access. And anybody can go onto the internet, put in their postcode and get details of who their local policing team are, contact numbers and everything else. If they've not got the internet, presumably most people have because they're watching this on YouTube, but if they haven't got the internet, then they can go into a police station, library, any public access point and get a leaflet with the full details of their local policing team, so that actually they can speak to them, and whether that be at a surgery, part of the neighbourhood panel or whatever, they're more than welcome. They're looking to find out what the issues are in their local community so that they can do something about it and then get back to the person who's raised it as an issue so that they can tell them what they've done as well. And that's wherever you are in the county. So it's not just Brant Road, it is everywhere. And I would urge anybody who says, well, hang on, I've not seen anybody. You might not when your curtains are drawn at 6 o'clock at night and they're walking about. You might not if they're at the local school policing it where there's speeding vehicles. You might not see them if they're up the town centre during the daytime. But actually there are details on there of where you can see and where you can meet your team.
Don't forget our web address. The Police Authority web address is www.lincolnshire-pa.gov.uk. If you have been, thanks for watching.